am Reginald Reg, Heraliter of the Order of the God Claw, and temporary officer of the joint unit of Hell Knights and the Order of the Sunrise Sword. You and your people should take positions. The gargoyles are regrouping. We expect they will attempt to break through in 5 to 6 minutes.
Joint unit?
Forcibly joined. The leader of the Order of the Sunrise Sword was unable to get to safety, which is not surprising, considering his, shall we say, excessive scrupulousness and sluggishness. Given the extreme situation, I took command of his people. Indeed. The gargoyles were clearly trying to capture as many prisoners as they could. I don't know the reason behind these abductions, but I'm not about to give the enemy what they want. That is why all my people were ordered not to be taken alive. And as for the wounded, we didn't have time to get them to safety anyway.
Can you hear yourself? For the sake of principle, in order not to give the enemy what they want, you killed your own wounded. Helpless subordinates. Why does anyone still follow you?
Because we are Hell Knights. We know our duty. Agreed. Be ready, Commander. This attack may be worse than the last one.
I will be ready.
We won't fall here. I swear
Did I pick Bloodlines? I did not. Fuck, we should have done that. We are going Celestial in Serpentine? If you want to so kindly deal with them, that'd be most appreciated. Oh, and we would like to rage.
Your pain is my pleasure.
Oh, that was better than what could have happened. Do-do-do.
I lead. You follow.
Headband of Inspired Wisdom, which should probably go on to you. You two, check the area. Mark any potential shelters that offer protection against aerial attacks. Quartermaster, inventory the remains of camp. I want to make sure that gargoyles only abducted people and weren't interested in anything else. Send messengers immediately to our scout squads and order them to return to camp. I need a full list of casualties, the sooner the better. Commander, your arrival is well timed. Now we can finally talk. I'm quite interested in events that occurred at Great Garrison. I suppose you have some questions for me as well. What do you want to know what happened to Great Garrison? Any shift in balance of power during this war has a direct impact on my mission. If a new player appears who's capable... Hey goddess, how are you? It's been a long time, how have you been? I've been great. I get to play this game that I've been waiting forever to come out, and I enjoy this game a lot. Appears who is capable of fighting demons effectively. Then I'm ready to support that person with all the resources I have at my disposal. But naturally, I cannot go blindly trusting a stranger, even one marked by the gods. You have every right to doubt. I usually don't trust strangers either. So we understand each other. Thank you, Commander. Is there anything else you would like to know before we move on to more serious issues? What if I want to join the ranks of Hell Knights? I know everything with the move has been crazy, and finally getting back to watching people and supporting this week. Oh wow, I didn't know you were moving. Congrats on the move. I hope everything worked out fine. It's good to see you're back. I'm gonna go bother you in The Sims again. The requirements for knights and signifiers are common knowledge, and they must certainly be satisfied. If you do that, the order will consider your request. Any further discussion prior to completion of necessary tasks is pointless. Not every fighter or spellcaster is fit to serve with us. What are you guys doing here? Same as you and your army, fighting a war against demons. Hell Knights have always been a part of the Crusades from the very beginning. We don't answer to the Queen, we act on our own authority, but we serve a common cause. The Scary Spawn has no place in the world we want to build. What does Parlector mean? Move from Nebraska to Tennessee has been a lot more than we expected. That is quite the trip. Nebraska, Tennessee. Yeah, I know where Tennessee is because I have friends in Tennessee. But yeah, okay, that is quite the trip. I don't doubt that there are a lot more than you expected. I'm 2 steps lower from its leader in the territory of Mendev and Wardwood. There are a few who equal my rank, but I'm the most senior Hell Knight officer from many leagues around. We're not done talking about your atrocities. Of course, if you wish, I'll explain my position in detail. All the soldiers killed at my order belong to my unit, therefore the case is an internal matter for the orders of the Godclaw. It's beautiful here, though. Absolutely worth it. Yeah. If you don't mind, can I ask? Did you move for work, or did you buy a new place, or just wanted new scenery? School? You could have sent an appeal to the order commanders, but the result is inevitable. Not only do the orders rule and field operations gun, it's not prohibited. You even recommend a policy of death is preferable to captivity. So everything that happened, though is surely lamentable and has deprived me of a few good fighters, is always a prime example of military necessity. I don't want to kill him. I want him on my side. I guess I can't. I want an evil run. Work at Fintech company 100% remote. We went in with my in-laws because I wanted out of the city and I changed scenery and ended up here. Oh, that's awesome. We spent 6 months looking at houses in Missouri with no luck, and Tennessee is just what worked with us. Well, that's good you guys found a place in Tennessee. I have yet to visit there. It's on one of my bucket lists. I'm not trying to enforce our rules on Crusaders, Commander. I hope you won't try to make us disregard ours. What do you do now after Gargoyle attack? I'll wait for my raiding fighters to return. We'll see here you're only part of my spells first. As for my long-term plans, depends on the result of our conversation, Commander. Before blah blah blah. Parlector, permission to report. During the first Gargoyle attack, I determined it's necessary to leave my post. I swam over the river, found the commander's army, and asked him to provide assistance. Reinforcements were very much needed. You'll earn double salary for your resourcefulness. Yacker? Or Yacker. And 100 lashes for abandoning your post. Yes, Parlector. Don't forget he abandoned his armor. That's awesome that you have a remote job that lets you move wherever now. Working on that. On my end. You might be right. Another 10 lashes for improper treatment of order property. Yes, Parlector. I'll never understand this pointless cruelty, and I never want to. Now for more delicate issue. You, Commander, were interested in our dispute with the Knights of the Order of the Sunrise Sword, correct? These forces in Canberra suffered great losses in a demon attack, and now their leader has perished, and his troops are in trouble. They are reeling with no command structure. Their order will hardly be able to recover from losses that they suffer. I don't really care about their fate. Nations of the Sunrise Sword leader, the leader is dead. The order has suffered serious losses and will not be able to recover. You may return to Mendev to join another Crusade order and hope that they don't meet the same fate as the Sunrise Sword. Or if you may remain under my command. I will not promise that it will be easy, or that our war making will be constricted by your principles. What I can promise is this: under my command, you'll never again feel like helpless mice in the talons of a ravenous raptor. Strong subjugates the weak, all is as it should be, until an even stronger leader comes along and unseats the previous one. He is used to people following his orders. Then again, these sniveling cowards are used to humiliating treatment. You won't even consider testing him a little. What would you do in their position? Challenge the Numbin up in black to a duel and make him prove himself worthy of command? But never end up in that position. Does that mean we've worked off the precious resources you spent on us, the water, medicine, and bandages? I wouldn't make an offer if I thought you were useless garbage. Thank you for your trust, Parlictor. We will stay and are ready to obey your orders. Fine, in due course I will review your troops and make any necessary decisions regarding your role in my unit. Now, Commander, for the most important issue, cooperation between our forces. We do have a common enemy and a common battlefield. You're looking strangely at me, Parlictor. When we discussed Yakker's punishment and when we were deciding the fate of Sunrise Sword, it's as if you're testing me. I do not believe I made any attempt to conceal my interests in you, both as his new strong leader in the region and as the bearer of a highly unusual power. Of course, I'd like to know what's inside your head. One could say that it is my duty. My army and I are going to Dresden to free the city from demons. You can join forces with us. Dresden, an ambitious goal, but most reasonable. Imagine how such a victory would rally all the separate bands of today's Crusaders under one banner, and we certainly need a base of operations inside the World Wound. I stand ready to support you if moreover I can accompany you in your campaign. However, I would remind you that Hell Knights are outside of Mendev's jurisdictions. My unit side will join your forces and obey your orders, but only for as long as I deem that our goals coincide. Hell no, we don't need the likes of these black armor statues. I don't want to fight side by side with someone who will slit my throat if I'm weak and wounded. You can't defeat one evil by inviting an equal but slightly more organized evil into your ranks. I beg to differ. Slightly more organized than the demons, I would consider that an insult. Yeah, it's a deal. Yes, Commander, my force and Roger Durange are at your disposal. For that comment, so like you can shove off. We have a new tank in house.
Mysteries can wait till tomorrow.
Which also means we need you to be more powerful. So I should have unequipped him. That's a little awkward. Should have unequipped Soleil. Whoopsie daisies. He's so cute. Alright, I'm gonna step away to get kids wrapped up in bed. Alright, no problem. Thanks for dropping by, Goddess. Always appreciated. Okay.
Onwards.
Actually, I should check damages. Oh, no, this is much better. 613.
I need your assistance.
Why am I so
Well,
weak?
that never happened. We'll just reload that save.
Waste of my time.
Fucking hell. What am I rolling? What am I rolling so badly? Who is rolling badly? I am rolling badly. Oh, DC 23? Ooh, we might not make that. Because what I had to roll to +7, so I need to roll a 15. It's possible.
a waste of my time. I can still fight.
What?
If I could, be really good at it, if I could, pray to RNG, Jesus, just a little bit.
Got it.
Thank you, RNG. I'm gonna take this. And take. Hello. We're still alive. Praise be Sir Ray. Can we just kill you? What was the point? What's the point of being here? Oh boy. Oh, we made it back. Alright, any loot? There is a loot at the top. Do 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 do. I was gonna say, do we have a new army? We do. But we don't have. We don't need those guys. What do we need to clear though? Okay, let's meet the armies. Oh, you have no speed. Well, that's great. Okay. Because we need to clear that army, but in the meantime, we will make the very long trek. I was gonna say, we might as well just rest at camp. See no reason to rest outside of camp.
Move out.
There is no conversations, right? So Hoga's daughter. What do you think about the powers? Blah blah blah. Hi. Who's the elf talking to you? She didn't introduce herself, but she was greatly interested in the volunteers that had joined the army. She thought I might know the elf that she was looking for from my mercenary contacts. I couldn't tell you anymore, and then she never shared names. Okay. Not suspicious whatsoever. Just random strangers in my camp. There he is. Hello, Hell Knights. Commander, it's good you found some time to meet me. There's a matter of urgency I must discuss with you. It is incredibly interesting the power you and your companions received during the fight at Grey Garrison. Now my interest has been gratified. The power your companions received has passed on to me, as well as manifested after my usual evening reckoning. I believe I now present the true threat to the creatures and initiates of chaos. Imprisoned cultists be kept for certain observation to experience this firsthand. Striking, isn't it? Divine intervention at a critical moment is rare but not beyond imagining. But in this case, part of the power that you have received through this intervention has been passed to someone who joined you as well after the fateful moment had passed. I hope that you remember who the source of your power is, and you serve them loyally. By the same token, I hope you remember that the Hell Knights are not your toy soldiers. In any case, this is shallow philosophizing. Have some questions for me? Lore time! Of course! What brought you to Mendev? Demonic threat, of course, and the glaring inefficiency of the local command. I do not know if you are aware of this, but the Hell Knights owe their existence to the Demon Lords to a certain extent. Our first order appeared in response to Sefkash's cultists and Telex. The chaos they wreaked could not fail to breed strict opposition. Those knights were able to burn out the pestilence and crush the cult once and for all. I see no reason for the Hell Knights of today not to do the same. To the tentacles, the world would world wound is spreading. Without question, the task is far more difficult than anything we've encountered before, but it must be done to preserve world order. All the more is given that Queen Galfrey and her commanders are apparently not up to the task. The fuck? I heard a pop. The fuck is happening? That was a second pop. That was the game, right? Not crazy, right? Weird. Most you've listed sounded rather impersonal. Do you have any other reasons for joining the Crusade? And personality is a fine quality for a Hell Knight and for the rest of the world as well. Personal motives, strong emotions, these are weaknesses that your enemies will use against you. I am an effective officer with years of service. Demonic invasion of glory obviously demands the most qualified response. This is why I'm here. It's simple. You're rather skeptical about the Queen. If my memory doesn't fail me, the current crusade is called the Fifth Crusade, and with all the support that the Church of Amadei and multiple other allies provided to Galfrey, no progress has been made in resolving the crisis at Worldwood. The best they could manage was create a chain of ward stones, and even then they turned out to be inadequate. I suppose there's enough reason for my skepticism. Forgive me for asking a personal question, but your hair is going gray and skin. Is this bleaching? Of course it's bleaching. Are you doing anything to fight the bleaching? What do other races do to fight the old age? I know what made you ask this question. My kin have earned a certain reputation for the vain attempts to start off the inevitable. Luckily for the rest of the world, not all gnomes are prepared to spread chaos with a reckless escapade. There are some among us who accept the natural order of things. The bleaching has no effect on my ability to carry out my duties, and therefore it has no, how should I put it, personal meaning for me. Do you have any family or friends? I've never wondered at the fate of the former and never had interest in the latter. If you allow me one piece of advice, Commander, never put too much stock in so-called friendships and camaraderie. Any bonds based on simple affections are temporary and unreliable. Half of your smiling companions certainly consider you their friends for the present, but they'll break and betray you the moment you do anything that troubles their expectations. What a charming fellow. You have shown openly distrust the Crusader commanded. Why then have you decided to join me? Do not misread my behaviors as distrust of you personally. Like every Hell Knight, I watch everyone closely, searching for signs of weakness and sin, even everyone, including myself. Indeed, Rigel Dorange is the first on my list of subjects. I observe him daily, marking every fault and every hesitation, every weakness, and I prepare for the proper punishment. So it has been, so it will be. You speak for yourself as if you aren't living, but a golem or a construct. That is true for an extent. I'm gonna skip through all of this lore. Nah. What about the Hell Knights? I can tell you a great deal. Our recruiters would be more useful. How are new order members recruited? We accept armigers, any we find worthy, but for the main test, the one that separates strong from the weak, they must face down a devil summoned directly from hell. If they defeat the beast honestly, the armiger becomes a rightful Hell Knight. If they lose, we simply forget their existence, like the world made unfortunate mistakes. Who the Hell Knights answer to? Only to the heads of the order. In my case, it's Lictor Resurrect Ornter, head of the order of the God Claw. As a rule, the Hell Knights do not submit jurisdiction of any state. The same is true of local laws. We're happy to help local governments bring order if we consider their requests lawful, and if those who ask are worthy. But we do not serve them, and we have every right to refuse their demands. So what do you value most? The law, and only the law. If you care so much about the law, how can you ignore the authority of lawful rulers in the land when you operate? We cannot call it a law just because some foolish local prince thought it up, or a council of demented elders deemed it wise, now can we? Oh, that's what it was. It says I have to verify a number to chat. Well, that was an hour ago. That wasn't the message. You see, one of the main principles of our... Actually, I should probably respond to that. see one of the main principles of brotherhood is that no one is immune from prosecution. A lawful ruler may be a criminal that poses a threat to society. We must be able to punish them as well. Thank you. I've learned everything I wanted to know. Yeah. Do you have a plan or strategy for the war against demons? I have a clear idea of the foresight required to wage effective war against the world. Currently, I do not possess them, but I know what steps I must take. I must amass and fortify, gather scouting information, resolve certain problems of an organizational nature. Once the problem addressed and solved, I should direct someone nice to prevent an outpost for the party. I've already scouted a suitable location, ruins of an old shrine which holds the remnants of an ancient power and thus a lure for demons. Excellent foothold for holding your skills and studying enemy. This is my next goal. Thanks for speaking to me. Well, it was a charming conversation. Never again. I forgot how much of a dick he is. Nura? Okay, no questions.
You follow.
Hey, little one. They say you can do magic. Can you heal me? Thank you. How old are you? You're only a child. I've granddaughter home. Just like you, old little girl, how'd you end up here? What are you doing in the thick of it with us? I'm just like you. I came to the thick so that the thick wouldn't come to the other kids, like your granddaughter. Well, albeit so little, yet more courage than some officers. Talking to you takes a little out of my mind. I reckon it's not my arm you just healed. It is gonna hurt. Ember's so wholesome. But you really shouldn't waste your time on simple soldiers. No, we spend too much time on the demons. We don't have any time left for the people. But you know what's surprising? So many soldiers. Yeah, buddy, my person will take that off immediately. Oh. But I don't anything like that at all. I only talk to them nicely. I'm just a feather-brained little girl. What if something I say is wrong? Maybe I should keep quiet, but I can tell that all my words... You can tell that my words make them feel better, I guess. I'm confused. What could you say that could be possibly useful to them? You should really hold your tongue. I hate being mean to Ember. She's so wholesome. But it must be done for the evil campaign. I don't mind the groveling. We'll take that. I talked to Darian about saying he's going to celebrate his birthday at Heaven's Edge, so we can go there as guests. Commander. Good afternoon, Commander. How can I help you? Tell me about yourself. Oh, Lord. Where are you from? From Andoran. I grew up on the outskirts of Carpendon, a large, rich city surrounded by gardens and vineyards. Just imagine miles and miles of greenery and fragrant orchards. My family had a small winery and I worked there from a young age. I pressed juices, did a little carpentry, painted, and one day I discovered I could do more than just paint and simply just cover walls with it. There's a temple of Shailin nearby. My brother and I would often spend our days there listening to music and enjoying the stained glass windows. As a boy, my brother decided to devote himself to serve an internal rose. Our parents hoped that at least I would remain to run the family business, but can't be helped. God has called me here. So you're an artist. It's too grammar for word for it, but yes, I love to paint. I know how to. Of course, a crusade isn't the best place for art. What I managed to draw here is, at best, is sketches. Hope when this war is over, I'll be able to turn them into real paintings. You're just faffing around. We're at war. Find something more useful to do. May I think the same, but do not blame it. But do not forget, I serve Shailene. And art is part of my service. You still need spells that I have received from her, right? If so, then forgive me, but I must continue to do as my goddess requires. Instead of working as craftsmen, you decide to serve a deity, a turn of fate. Some clerics are proud of their tender hands, which have never touched anything heavier than a brush, but there's nothing ugly about hard-earned calluses. Indeed, I should say that saving the world is easier with strong hands. I'm sorry these hands couldn't save the people who died in Kennebrus. How did you end up there anyways? I was hoping to find Trevor and save my brother. Add to my